Darling, it's the Shy Life podcast.
Yes, but it's a positive thing for High Life, the Shy Life.
You won't find a cast of characters like this everywhere.
Hello, Paul.
I'll go anywhere for a potato.
Delicious.
This particular episode of the Shy Life is a little more abstract than usual.
Oh, yippee.
Okay, it looks like the hairy guy is ready to record. 3, 2, 1.
Go Shy Yeti.
Oh, I hope he hasn't found out my secret. I think he has.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Shy Life podcast with me, Paul the Shy Yeti. How are you doing? Oh, I'm all right. This is going to be one of our Chatterbox episodes. We've not done one since the summer, so I thought it was about time that we did. Now, as you know, we always have some guests for this, but we don't always know until we start recording who's going to show up. So I'm going to run the theme music, and when we come back, well, our guests should be here. Let's run that theme music.
It's time for my old buddy, old pal from across the channel, across the pond, Paul Chandler, the Shy Yeti.
He's not that shy. Oh, it's the Shy Life podcast. Yeah.
All I wanted was a pie.
And then I hatched out of an egg. Okay, bring the mic over. He's ready to record.
It's the quiet ones you've got to watch, you know.
Is it metaphorical? Is it deep? Is it deep?
Good boy. He's not all that shy, is right. Shee.
Blimey, Governor. It's the Shy Life podcast.
If you thought that was bad, just listen to this.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for it to begin.
It's the Shy Life podcast.
He's positively glowing.
It's all gooey and meaty and yum, 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 yum.
I think I just fell out of Skype then. I don't know what happened.
You didn't miss much.
So who have we got here? Who have we got here this evening? How is everybody? We're going to do it in order. We've got Toppy Smelly. How are you, Toppy?
I'm good. Hi, y'all.
We've got Lisa, Andrew, and Warren.
Hi. Say hello, Warren.
Hi, Toppy.
Hello, Warren.
He says hello.
Yo, how are
He's
you
shouting
doing?
hello at you.
Yes.
He can't hear what you're saying, though, so we'll just have to do it by psychic waves. But we'll tag with Lisa later. So
The power of the mind.
yes.
Yes, we've got Martin. Martin.
Oh, hello. Yes, hello. How are you doing?
We're out of practice for this Chatterbox.
What's going on? What's happening?
Dee, let us know. Let me see. What have I got planned for tonight? I think we've got a quiz about space.
Oh dear.
There's
a lot of that.
I haven't lost the quiz already, but I think it's there. And we've got some trivia about autumn, which says I've got some fun facts, but actually I don't think it's that fun if you don't happen to be born at this time of year. It's actually like a good example is that if you're born between September and November, you have a higher chance of living to be 100 than those born in other seasons. So actually, that's like most of you.
Oh no, I'm doomed.
Just like me, who's going to live to 100, which I don't think is likely. But
it just feels like it.
Yeah. I'm just grateful every time I make it to Friday, quite frankly.
Children born in the summer have considerably inferior development. So that's everybody but me. So
what are you trying to say? No, it's a superiority complex. We protest. It's only because we're at the end of the academic year in terms of all the youngest people in the year, isn't it? It's all that stuff. Bah, I say. Bah.
You've never seen my development anyway.
No, but I've heard a lot about it.
And then there's also something here about men getting more, men liking to snuggle with their sweethearts more because in the winter, because they don't get to see. There's not that many other girls outside. that was basically the theory. Is that they got less choice, they got less opportunity for flirting because everybody else is inside as well. I suppose it makes sense. But,
and somebody got the research funding for that.
yeah.
I want to cuddle some students. Give me money.
And monarch butterflies travel from the United States to Mexico and portions of Southern California every autumn.
It's the tequila.
Yeah.
How do they do that? On the train or what?
Yeah.
Do they travel?
Around about September, we start seeing the monarchs come by. And there's, like everything on Earth is going downhill, the monarchs are fewer and fewer every year. And they only eat one thing. They only survive on one food, and it's from the milkweed plant. And if there's, and that requires like open fields, and there's fewer and fewer open fields every year, and there's fewer milkweed, and they're just having a darn time of it all.
I don't think we get sort of migrating butterflies.
I guess some migrating monarchs, but that's a different thing.
Yeah, well, everyone always wondered where the monarchs went, and one year, I don't know, 50 years ago, they found it. And it's this one particular spot in South America. It's sort of like salmon. They go to the stream they were spawned, but all the monarchs are somehow influenced or compelled to go back to this one spot. And they finally found them because there were thousands and millions of them in one. And when I say one spot, I mean it's a pretty small space, but it's wild. It's just wild what they do.
All we get is flying ants there, isn't it?
No.
Apparently they're the only butterflies. Well, they're the only insect that migrates 2,500 miles to a warmer environment.
Yeah, and that's a little deceptive because they don't do it in one generation. I mean, there's no way for them to travel that far.
Yeah, because the trains are quite bad, aren't they?
Yeah, it actually takes a couple generations for them to do it. So anyways, it's not like one butterfly lasts the whole trip. But
is that
I don't
why
know.
they built the wall?
Probably.
We want to keep our butterflies, damn you.
Yeah, it's some kind of immigration control, I'm sure, because
reason for it. Yeah,
we're so big on that,
Now, I have another fact about November. November is derived from the Latin word novem, which means 9, and it used to be the 9th month of the Roman calendar, which began in March. No,
what do you mean used to be?
Yeah.
No longer.
You've got a special Roman calendar that you have in your hand.
Damn it!
So we've got a daily calendar. I've made a new daily. I had a daily calendar for 2021.
Oh.
I've already made a 2022 one. So
I got a sneak peek here.
Daily gets his own calendar.
He has such a busy life.
I have to be careful that the last couple of years, always, it's like, it's the same it's the same curtains in the background, or it's the same. I have to do something different this time, dear.
Oh, it's time to get a green screen, and it's time to put Dealey in front of the green screen, and then you can have any background you want.
It's like the old Pirelli calendar. You should fly the world and take pictures.
You can have one of those calendar. No, dears, you don't want to hear about this. There used to be calendars which used to be in pubs with a lady and peanuts, and then every time you bought one, people bought the packets of peanuts, it slowly revealed that she wasn't very much.
That was a reference to the nuts.
Good Lord.
Something else.
It was very, very. It was. There hasn't been one made for years, though, dears. Don't worry. Well, I presume there hasn't. But
I haven't been in a pub for a few years.
We're going to have a little bit later in the show. We're going to have like our own version of Call My Bluff. in which I have to. I have 3 anecdotes for 3 different regulars, and you have to guess which of the anecdotes is the real anecdote. But as you can imagine, they're all pretty strange. But I'm gonna dip back into the past. But don't worry, you can just listen this time. I'm going to tell you about what episodes were being broadcast this time, like back in 2016 to start with. So around this time in 2016, we were in Rule's restaurant in London, in London's Covent Garden, with another Paul, and I think we were just.
My lord, there's more than one of you? Oh, my God.
There's far too many. I'm having to limit it to 2. And if you come into the show and you've also got the same name, you have to come up with another name. Because at least one of the people involved in the future episode, I've had to call after his own cat. I said, you can't be called Paul. You can't be called Paul because we've really got other Pauls. So.
Well, the problem with the name Paul is there's no way to shorten it. It's like my real name is Rob, like R-O-B-B. You can't shorten that. You can't be Ra, and Paul, you can't be Pa. It just can't. It doesn't work that way.
It's just not right. So I'm going to put a little clip from that episode. It was episode 34, by the way. In 1979, I remember having to draw who we wanted to be Prime Minister. I drew James Callaghan because, I know why, because he was the Prime Minister of the time. And so you kind of, when you're six, you're like, I don't know anybody else. I know that one. I don't know about the others.
But basically, the best thing about Oddstock was the school boiler broke down regularly.
Is that another nickname? Is that another nickname?
and it was very predictable. And anyway, the school had to close, and so we all went onto the field somewhere. It seemed quite a long way. I don't know where that was, but we went sledging. That was a really good day. I enjoyed that day.
Probably up the hill.
I don't know. Somewhere it would be the back of maybe somewhere around Charlton.
Well, there was that the woods and stuff.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a hill.
That was quite good.
I do remember having to do some recorder. The trouble is, I could play, and my parents made me do piano and stuff, and cornet it and stuff. But I can't read music, and I just couldn't. My brain couldn't. I think it's one of the problems I have with like other languages and science things. I can't. Some things I just don't. But my brain's too slow to come. And but I can. If I pick up a tune, I can play it. Which is what I was doing with my parents, just sort of doing like playing Beatles songs but getting it wrong, and then next time get it right, and I can do that. But I remember having to do something with a recorder and just kind of miming, basically, because I couldn't really work out.
That's why the most popular instrument was the triangle.
Have you had a postcard from me within the last 2 weeks?
Yes, from Luxembourg.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's weird because I sent my mum 2 postcards, and I posted one of them. I posted with yours.
Yeah.
One of them I think I posted with Mrs. Allen's, and my mum didn't get either of them. Obviously I don't know if Mrs. Allen got hers or not because I don't see other day I very rarely see her, and I just wondered whether. So that's really weird if hers didn't get there, but yours did. Yeah. So it just shows that it must have left. It's not the post box at this point. It obviously was
in the system somewhere. It may turn up.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I posted.
I posted the 3rd one and she got that. So weird.
What did you post from abroad?
I always post them from London.
In the UK, yeah.
Yeah, because you don't have time when you want to.
It's quicker. Yeah. I mean, I posted a card. I sent a postcard once to Leon, Tunisia, I think it was, and I mean that arrived. That took 6 months. to arrive. 6 months. And he said to me, "I've got your postcard today." It's like in February. I posted it in like the July, and he said, "So it's come by camel." I don't know where it's been, but it has eventually made its way. But we posted them in the hotel.
Sometimes they get caught.
We didn't have post boxes.
Sometimes they slip down the side, or they get
all sorts of things.
They kind of and then they sort of find them. If there's somebody rushing to clear, well, it's stuck to the inside of the box and they can't see it.
The other thing I worry about is, we don't post anything like what I used to, but because they've sealed a lot of post boxes up. But some of them, they've left the flap open, and then they've got a sign at the bottom saying this post box is now closed. I've never seen that.
Yeah, it should be sealed.
I've seen them would be because that's both. That's where I was going to put your referendum vote.
So, what were we doing in 2017 at this time?
Oh, go on.
Around this time in 2017, it was actually our 15th live 548 show, and I was trapped in Bettina Dupre's cellar, but I was determined that I'd do a live show. Anyway, somehow Dealey managed to find his way into Bettina Dupre's cellar, and still didn't. He didn't do it. Clearly didn't do his Lassie.
Now you were in there by accident. She didn't lock you in there, did she?
No, but I think Damius might have when he wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I think it was a birthday. One of my birthday surprises had happened just before, and I got locked in the cellar because something was going on with Damius. But
did they leave the light on?
Well, I think he was jealous. I think it was a point where he thought that I was going to run off with Bettina.
Oh, you naughty boy!
It wasn't going to happen. It was episode 123 though, so our plans.
Here's a picture of a Yeti in a coal cellar at night. Yes.
Damius!
Don't keep following me. You're trying to stop me. I need to do this. You're getting in the way. You're getting in the way.
Damius, I'm not getting in the way. I just don't think you should be wandering around down in the cellar like this. You'll just end up hurting yourself. Damius, look, I'm supposed to be going away for my birthday, and I don't want to leave you. Not in this state. I mean, if I go away, you're going to. Who knows what you're going to do? And I can't. Look, someone. You need help. You need. I don't know. You need something to calm you down. What about Cromitty? Speak to Cromitty. He can do hypnosis. Maybe he can calm you down.
No. Don't you try this. No, you're not trying to help me. You're trying to prevent me getting together with Bettina.
What a lot of nonsense. No, I'm not. Bettina doesn't want to be going out with anybody, though. She doesn't want to be out with. She's just dealing with her situation. You know this.
You're jealous. That's what it is. You're jealous. I'm not going to let you get in the way. You're not going to run off with her. She's mine.
Damius, I don't want to go out with Bettina. Damius, please. Come on, let's go back upstairs. It's cold down here. Damius. Damius. Where have you gone? Where has it gone? Now the lights have gone off. Oh, for goodness sake, I can't see anything. Damius, where are you? What have you done? Where are you? Damius! The door's locked. Damius, why have you locked the door? Damius!
You're staying down there. You're staying down there in the cellar until I sort this out. You're not going to steal her from me. You're not going to steal her from me.
Damius, Damius, you can't leave me down here. I'm supposed. Damius, Damius! Damius! Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, well. So, listeners, as you can see, it was terribly, terribly dramatic. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do about this at all. But I'm presuming that it's the Uncle John or Cromitty or Ick or somebody will realise that I'm down here and they'll find me, or Bettina will come back from New York. But the thing about Bettina's house is that it's enormous. It's a mansion house, and yet, half of the house is run by this company who shows tourists around it, and the other half, well, I don't know. You would have thought that there would have been people working here, but no, it appears not. I thought Bettina would have kept a staff on, but maybe times are harder than I realised. Maybe she can't afford to keep her staff working when she's not here.
We'll do one more year. So what was going on in 2018 at this time of year? It was birthday related. It involved Toppy and Aunt Tappy coming to surprise me with a birthday dinner. I think Toppy may remember that you're often trying to save my birthdays for me, and it doesn't always work.
No, not always.
In fact, in my most recent birthday episode, I was ringing you up at all times in the morning, forgetting that what time of day it was. I do apologise.
Well, it's okay. I just called in sick the next day.
Well, So yes, it was episode 207. They say it's your birthday, so we'll play a little clip of that.
Thank you, Aunt Tappy, for introducing that clip. It was very good, wasn't it? Yes.
Oh, it was delightful. You know, when you watch these videos, as you can on YouTube.
Yes, on YouTube. It's amazing.
And Paul looked so young and innocent before you corrupted him.
Well, at least one thing you can say is that Paul has definitely not had work. You can tell that he is very young in the videos. Now he is very old, and he has definitely not had any work to try and remain young. So he starts the world of fame has not corrupted him or made him go crazy. Well,
I don't think it has, except I'm worried about this birthday thing. I mean, I wonder if that's just a little nutty.
I think maybe he's just a little bit just a nice relaxing week. Did you may not have known, but I believe where he is staying there's a heated swimming pool, a warm pool, and I believe that there should be very few people there because it's not like the school holidays. So there should just be like older families, I guess, and maybe he just wants to chill out and swim or go to the steam room or whatever, and know that there won't be loads of people around. So maybe it's not as it's not as mad an idea as you think, or as some people we have thought to start with.
Yeah, Cromitty, I think you're probably right. That sounds like a lovely thing to do. Swimming around in a heated pool all naked and hairy.
I don't know. I don't think he is allowed to do that. I don't think he can swim naked. It's not that sort of pool. He might scare the old ladies.
Well, I was envisioning something completely different there. Anyways, I think that's fine. Maybe I shouldn't worry about Paul too much.
No, I think it'll be fine.
Anyway, we're back. So, what should we do? Should we do the space quiz, or should we do? I think we should do the Call My Bluff. So I'm going to read you 3 different anecdotes, and these, and then I'll ask you. I won't say who's right immediately. But if you all say your who you think is the true anecdote, I will reveal. In fact, I think the person involved will reveal which is the true anecdote. So the first three anecdotes are: Yeti Uncle John once met Princess Anne at a Star Trek convention, and he came first in a competition to look the most like Mr. Spock, but Princess Anne only came fifth. The second anecdote is Cromitty was once mistaken for actress Diana Dawes at an airport and had to sign 112 autographs just for some excited German tourists. He charged 37p for each autograph and then had enough to buy the latest Leo Sayer album.
Leo Sayer.
And the third anecdote, so one of these three actually happened. Charlie Gurr was once made into a pie when he was sniffing one in a pie factory. He fell in when the pastry lid went on, but thankfully wasn't cooked. So, Toppy, which one of those do you think is real? Do you think it was Yeti Uncle John at a Star Trek convention, Cromitty being mistaken for a famous actress, or Charlie falling into a pie?
It's very close to Charlie falling in the pie and the airport. I'm going to go with it. It just had to have happened. The pie.
Okay. Andrew and Lisa, what you can have different opinions, and Warren as well.
Well, Lisa, what do you think?
Well, Warren didn't hear the anecdotes, so unfortunately he can't take part in this particular one. But he's looking at an Angels annual at the moment.
Warren's reading an Angels annual at the moment.
So, I think it's Charlie Gurr too. Yeah, he's amusing himself. Yes, I think it's Charlie Gurr.
Yeah, the Charlie Gurr thing does ring a bell with me, and I can imagine him getting up close to a pie like that. We know on many occasions.
He's a pie connoisseur.
So yeah, he knows his way around a pie. I think so. Pie for me.
So you yes. And Martin, what about you?
Well, I'm pretty sure that Princess Anne looks more like a Romulan, so I don't think that would work. My problem with the pie thing is he might have been eaten, so I'm going to go for the middle one.
The Cromitty being mistaken for Diana Dawes.
Yes, I can see that.
Okay. Which of you lot, Yeti Uncle John? Yeti Uncle John's been given brief freedom from a shame jail to appear in this part of the episode. And Cromitty, Charlie Gurr. Not often we have Charlie here for a live show, but which of you which is the true anecdote? It's me, Paul. It's me. I was mistaken for Diana Dawes, and that Leo Sayer album. That Leo Sayer album was marvelous. I really did enjoy it.
Oh my God!
Well, excellent hair.
I'm stunned.
Apparently, Princess Anne only came third in the spot competition, not fifth. No, actually, sorry, she actually came better. Third was better. Yeah, so she actually did better. And Charlie Gurr claims that the pie threw itself at him, not the other way around.
Lustful pie.
That's often his excuse for things. We have another three anecdotes.
Well, hang on. Let's tag.
Let's
tag Warren into this one.
He can do this one. Okay.
Because
I'll come on my knees in front of you.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, we're doing Call My Bluff, God, Warren. Okay. You'll hear three anecdotes, and you have to decide. Say hello, Warren.
Good evening, everyone.
I was reading my book.
Right.
Oh, I was reading my book.
What were you reading, Warren?
Nurses.
We're reading about nurses.
I'm not surprised.
Sounds like a soap.
It was, in a way, yes. It is a television show from the late 70s into the 80s, I think. Yes, so right, we have three anecdotes, and you have to guess which of these you think is right or is a true anecdote. So the first one is, Yeti Uncle John once spent most of the summer dressed as the Malvern Hills when the Hills had to go to Guernsey for a family wedding. It was a very long wedding. So the second anecdote, as a teenager, Cromarty was well known as an Elvis impersonator. He was so good that Elvis once showed up and asked him for tips. It was actually thanks to Cromarty that Elvis became such a big deal in Vegas.
Wow.
And the third anecdote, as a boy, Charlie Gurr hated pies. In fact, he would always order invisible pies when he went to restaurants and then eat a small envelope of dried peas that he always carried in his jacket pocket. It was only after an argument with a dried pea in the late 80s that he changed his opinions. So which of those anecdotes is the true one? Warren?
I go for pies.
That Charlie hated pies.
Charlie hated pies. So the only Charlie I can think of was a cat.
Yes, it's Charlie Gurr, the famous Bulgarian poet.
Oh, Charlie. No, I'm definitely going with pies.
No, that's fine.
Peas and pies.
Peas pudding. What?
It's right. He's confused.
I am normally
Just say 1, 2, or 3.
peas.
Yes,
peas?
he preferred peas to pies when he was younger.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the anecdote.
Yes.
Yeah, that's possible. Yes. So, Lisa or Andrew, what is your opinion?
I like the Elvis story, even if it's not true. I want it to be, so I'm going to go with Elvis.
Okay. Lisa, did Lisa hear that one?
No, Lisa's now.
I sort of heard it, but
You sort of heard it. What do you want to say, Lisa?
So, what was it? Uncle Yeti John as the Malvern Hills.
Yeah.
Cromarty as an Elvis impersonator.
Yeah.
And something to do with peas or pies with
Yeah.
Charlie Gurr.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Yeti Uncle John dressing as the Malvern Hills.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Martin, which of the anecdotes seem most likely to you?
Well, I think I agree. I think it's the Malvern Hills because I went there once and they'd moved. So, and I don't think it was the sat nav sort of not working properly. I think the actual hills had moved. Therefore, that had to be somebody dressed up. So, yeah, I think that's right.
Did you slide down the Malvern Hills once, Paul?
I did on a Lilo.
On a Lilo.
Lilo,
yes.
Which was my legs. But there we go. So long as
Inflatable legs. Yeah.
Lilo Lil.
it was on. It is on Sutton Park. Maybe you'll see it one day. And
Your legs or Sutton Park?
both.
His legs inflated. I remember it. It was stunning.
But quite traumatic. It was the early 90s.
The early 90s were very traumatic.
And it was a Lilo. Toppy, what do you think?
Oh, I'm in love with the Elvis anecdote. I'm going with that.
Okay, so of the three of you, please speak up. Which of the anecdotes is true? It's me, Charlie Gurr. My story is true. I used to hate pies, but I did have an argument with the peas, and I've never spoken.
Really?
Never spoken to a pea since.
Dried peas in an envelope. Okay.
You can put them in a whistle, can't you? Have you ever put a dried pea in your whistle?
Or vice versa.
Or wet your whistle?
I can give you some more information. Apparently, it wasn't the Malvern Hills that Yeti Uncle John impersonated. It was the Isle of Wight.
And where I went then, right?
Not from where I'm standing.
And it wasn't Elvis that Cromarty impersonated. It was Boy George. So
easily mistaken.
Easily mistaken. So we've got a third and final series of anecdotes. So I'll just read them out.
All right,
So-
I totally got this one. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. During a particularly vivid dream 17 years ago, Yeti Uncle John was taught to tap dance by Joan of Arc. When he woke up, although previously having never tap danced, he was overjoyed to discover that he could now tap dance to a black belt level of expertise, and he and Joan have kept in touch. The second anecdote: is Cromarty was once kidnapped by a seagull who held him hostage in an abandoned bus stop in Weston-super-Mare. Cromarty only escaped after boring the seagull to death with anecdotes about his days in the Sutton Park cross-stitch network back in the early 1990s. And the third and final anecdote is, whilst shopping on Carnaby Street several years ago, Charlie Gurr was mistaken for a very famous giraffe and had to give a long speech about how difficult it was to live life in the limelight on a daily basis. Charlie only agreed to go as it involved a meal at the Ritz. His speech went down so well that he received a 2-hour round of applause at the end of the evening. So... we've got tap dancing, we've got seagulls and cross stitch, and we've got Charlie Gurr having to stand in for a famous giraffe at a speech. Martin, which do you think?
Yes. Tap dance. No, seagull. It's definitely seagull. They'll go for your chips. They'll fly off with anything. Seagull.
I don't expect the anecdotes about the cross stitch, but Toppy, what do you think?
Well. Joan of Arc, this was an amusing deception, Paul. But Joan of Arc is known to have loved waltzes, so I reject that one. And it was the seagull.
Seagull. And Andrew, Lisa, Warren, whoever's taking part.
You see, I'm leaning towards the seagull too, because we get them in the car park at Sainsbury's, and you often see them sort of flying off with shopping trolleys and things like that.
Small children.
And children, and in the odd car or two. So
one had my ice cream away one day.
Yeah, did one have your ice cream off?
It did. It had the tip off.
It had the tip off your ice cream.
Was it your raspberry ripple?
It was. It had my eye out.
It's never been the same since, so I'm definitely going for the seagull. What about you, Warren?
I see the seagull. They're quite conniving creatures.
Are we getting a full house here?
Yeah.
Lisa, did you hear any of that?
I didn't hear any of that, no.
Lisa didn't hear any of that. Just say seagull.
Seagull.
Okay, well, let's see.
We're either all right or all wrong.
Which of the anecdotes is the true anecdote, please? Oh, well, he was actually me. Joan of Arc taught me how to tap dance.
What?
Too tiny pussy.
She could lay a good fire, but she couldn't tap dance.
Well, that's not the Joan that I knew.
Oh, dear.
Well,
you sure that wasn't Jeff of Arc?
Yeti Uncle John says it's Joan. Yeti Uncle John, can you confirm? Was she also good at waltzing? She was, but she'd retired from waltzing by the time I met her.
Oh, okay.
A little accident. Yes.
Damn it!
Such a short life, but a full one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, as far as Cromarty is concerned, it was a finger painting league he was in, not a cross stitch league. And the applause for Charlie Gurr didn't just last for 2 hours; it actually lasted for 32 days.
Yeah. By the way, seagulls are terrifying. On YouTube, if you ever want to go down that rabbit hole, there are YouTube videos of seagulls eating the most horrific things you wouldn't expect. For example, just, don't dwell on this too long, but I watched a video of a seagull eating a bunny, a whole rabbit. That's how, you wouldn't expect it, but it did.
Did it swallow it all?
Yes! That was the amazing thing.
They usually spit that bit out.
It was horrifying.
It was Easter? No, never mind.
Well, Dealey's turned away, so we won't talk any more about this.
No.
But,
this is just under your hat.
Dealey's blanking us.
Well, he has bunny friends, but it's nothing against bunnies, dear. That's something that's actually happened. Yeah. Don't take offence, please.
Only for nothing.
It's the cycle of nature.
So we're going to jump briefly back a couple of years to see what's going on in the show in 2019. I can tell you that.
Do we need to do the wibbly wobbly noise?
We can only afford it if you do it, which is fine. We had around this time we had episode 298, and it was called Shayeti's Very Many Voices Spectacular. We had all manner of guests: Wifey Joe, Harry, Tim from the radio, old friend Paul, all these people with really bad nicknames. But we'll have a look and see what they were talking about.
Right, so how did you get on with this pub quiz? Oh, wasn't too bad, was it? And we have, of course, Paul, and Uncle John is here as well.
Yes, he's arrived.
Hello, Uncle John, how are you?
I'm all right. Nice to see you, Tim. Nice to see you. Where's that other guy? Where's Nathan? He's not here tonight, is he?
Nathan is away today.
Oh, we miss him. We
We do miss him. Oh, Nathan. Yes, poor old Nathan. He's he makes a trio. Well, I say trio. I mean, trio plus one or two.
Yeah, well, I'm the special guest.
You are. How did you get on then with the pub quiz?
Oh, I've got some ideas. Yes.
Right. So, excuse me. Let's see how you got on then. Question number one: what TV show celebrates its 56th birthday today? What TV show celebrates its 56th birthday today? What do you reckon, Uncle John?
Is it the Magic Roundabout?
Well, that's not a bad guess, but that's wrong.
Oh
no! Have another go, sir.
Is it? Is it Doctor Who?
Doctor Who, you reckon?
I reckon.
You reckon? What about everybody else on the other side of the pub? They're all nodding. You're right. Well done. Today, 56 years. My goodness. How about this one then? Which film, for question number two, celebrates its 56th birthday this year? Which film celebrates its 56th birthday this year?
Oh.
You did give a clue. Very, very big clue. Right about
you were playing something.
I was.
Oh,
what was it? Perhaps not to that tune.
Is it The Great Escape?
You are absolutely correct. Well done, you. The Great Escape.
Yes.
Very good. What a great year that was. 56 years ago. Number three. Who's the longest serving Blue Peter presenter of all time? Who's the longest serving Blue Peter presenter of all time? Male or female? No, I don't know this either, so I'm going to go for Peter Purves. This?
I don't think you're right, Tim. I'm afraid. I do know the answer, and I have met this person in real life.
Oh.
Although he sadly passed away. No, I didn't know. I met him I met him and his wife on a Mediterranean island.
That might be a clue then.
I'm not sure.
Did he live there?
Yes, he did.
John Noakes, is it?
Yes.
Oh, you met him? You met him?
I met him. Back in the late 80s, I think, somewhere I was staying, he and his wife did walks for the people living at the holiday homes, and I think we saw more of his wife because she was leading them, but John was there one of the days, and I think I was only a teenager at the time, but I knew who he was.
Did you talk to him at all?
Yeah.
What did you ask him?
The thing is, I think I was even aware at that age that not to be too much of a fanboy, and it was just nice, kind of. He and his wife, they were really nice. It was just nice to sort of.
Was he like?
He was really friendly. Yeah, really friendly, and they were really nice. But I didn't want to be too much of a sort of. I'm sure he gets, he got asked those sort of questions all the time. And,
what was Shep like?
Yes.
Number four. Where was the original Superman film filmed? It's quite hard to say. Where was the original Superman film filmed? Number four.
Was it Woking Shopping Centre?
Now I know Woking has been in the news this week for other reasons.
Oh yes. Let's not say.
It wasn't Woking.
No, well then. Where was it?
Away, actually.
Where was it?
Shepperton Studios.
Oh, dear. Really? Makes more sense.
1 and Superman 2.
Makes more sense.
And number three. The highest grossing film of all time was what? The highest grossing film of all time was what? Uncle John?
I'm reading your mind. I've got these telepathy skills. I think it was Star Wars The Force Awakens from 2015. Am I right?
I would have no idea, actually, because I don't make these up.
No,
I'll go, perhaps. I'm looking at the Quizmaster here. Is that the answer?
Yeah, that was the answer. I'm reading your mind. I'm reading your mind and you're reading it off the screen.
So that was the answer.
Well, it's amazing. Uncle John has recently developed these strange telepathic skills.
Yeah.
I think.
So just say that again then. So,
Star Wars The Force Awakens from 2015.
So not very old.
No, recently, yes.
Gosh, who knew?
No, I didn't. Never seen it, but there we go.
No, right, actually.
Oh dear.
Well, we'll look at one more year, then I think it'll be time.
You thought he couldn't be here tonight, but here.
And he really can't be. It's. Let's see what we were up to this time last year. We were doing our book club with Nick. We were talking about Blake's 7 books, and I had ABBA annuals on my mind, which now seems even more relevant than it did then. Talking about ABBA annuals from the late 70s. But let's see what we said.
Well, only one of all of these were purchased in the last few years from jumble sales or be given to us by friends. But only one of them I actually owned previously before that. This is Looking Annual 1975. Now, summer 75 was when I really started getting into the show. Not the show. What am I talking about? Looking was a magazine for children which covered all things TV, but on ITV. I got into it in the summer. I think they did a bit. I was starting to get interested in the Tomorrow People, and the advert I saw on telly said it features the Tomorrow People. And I thought, ooh. So I bought the summer special, but I think the annual. I mean, like you said, the annuals for a particular year usually come out the Christmas before. So I'm assuming that this is actually quite an old one. So it was already established, but yeah, I mean, it didn't disappoint. I can still remember it so well. That's the thing. I mean, even though it was the mid-70s, there's a kind of the silly things like Spot the Difference in cartoons, Spot the Difference with Black Beauty. There's a series called Going a Bundle, which had Harry Fowler, who was in Remembrance of the Daleks. There's stuff on sport, which I never, and to this day has never been interested in, but like TV stuff, stuff about music, and the artwork, particularly the covers of Looking, were absolutely amazing.
Right, well, that's quite enough flashbacking for this episode.
I'm exhausted.
I know.
Take a chance, 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 take a chance.
That's the name of the game, deals. All right, let's go for. I know this is a bit of a sort of Andrew heavy quiz this time. Well, it's about the solar system.
Are we going to have to handicap him? We're going to have to handicap him.
You might find that you know something. Listeners out there, or some of the other guests may know something about the solar system and can answer the questions. I'm worried about pronouncing half the actual questions in the first place. But
Son.
Well, I could always exclude myself.
Oh, good Lord, no.
No, we need
a chance we might get one right.
I was going to say, do you want to get one right?
Yeah. We're going to do 20 questions on the solar system.
Okay.
20 questions, one for every planet. That's a good start.
Rosalind is a moon that orbits which planet? Is it Uranus, Earth, Mercury, or Mars?
I'm going to say Uranus.
Rosalind. That must orbit cat's eyes, surely.
Any other possibilities? I can give you the answer.
Well, I don't recognise that at all.
Give us the choices again, Paul. Give us the choices again.
Let's
Uranus, Earth, Mercury, or Mars.
Well, Mars has got Phobos and Deimos.
Only Earth could be a planet that actually basically has something as bland as Rosalind orbiting. It's named after somebody who said, "I've spotted that. I want that," and it's probably a satellite.
I'm going to have to go with I'm going to go with Uranus.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
I don't actually recognise it.
It's gotta be the anus. I mean, it's gotta be Uranus.
Apologies to any listeners called Rosalind out there, but
what a bland name.
Well, it's very blandness comes from the fact that it isn't.
Rosalind was one of the other kids in the Magic Roundabout. I'm sure of it. Because on the Magic Roundabout, there were 4 kids on the roundabout.
Yes.
Is there something orbiting called Bob as well?
Yeah.
Well, I can give you the answer immediately.
Yeah, go on. Let's do them as we go along.
Someone will keep a tally.
Apparently, the answer is Uranus.
Yeah.
Good.
So, yeah.
Because I'd have argued if it was any of the others.
Rosalind's never orbited Maya. I know something to tell you.
You keep your own score, and guests keep your own score. Question 2. Seething Bay is located on which body of the solar system? Mars, Earth, the Moon, or the Sun?
Did you say Seething Bay?
Well, no, Seething. Seething.
Seething.
Open the seething day doors, Hal.
It sounds like it's the Moon, because the Moon has got seas and bays and oceans and things like that. And some of them are named after quite sort of nasty things.
Oh.
Because there's this thing that if you did set up a base on the Moon, and you had to have like a postal address, who would want to live in like the Lake of Putridity or something like that? So I'm going to say the Moon.
Anybody else have any other?
No, listen, that sounded like someone who has intelligence.
I'm convinced, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm convinced by that answer. I agree with my learned colleague.
Yes, Andrew, yes.
I'm setting myself up for a fall now. But
The answer is the Moon.
Yay!
There we go. Question 3. Scarthy, Skathi, is a moon on which planet? Well, is the moon of which planet? Uranus, Neptune, Jupiter, or Saturn?
Oh, bloody hell.
I'll go Neptune.
Me too. I don't know why I'm going with Neptune.
I'm just going to say Jupiter on the ground that it's got so many that I've lost count. But I've no idea.
The answer is Saturn.
God,
Ooh.
I mean, damn it.
Okay.
Saturn.
Oh, all right.
It's got rings. Why does it have to have moons? It's got its rings.
Every single particle has got a name, hasn't it? Every single thing in those rings. You're going to tell us there's 400 billion moons of Saturn or something.
That's the trouble. I think they've run out of decent names. That's the problem. Because they keep finding new ones.
So I don't know if this will inform your possible answer for the next question. From something that Andrew was saying, Smith's Sea can be found on which body in the solar system? The Sun, the Moon, Mars, or Earth?
A sea. Smith's Sea. Name him again?
Smyths can be found on the Sun, the Moon, the Mars, or Earth.
Well, Mars is notoriously moist, so...
Yes, it certainly is. Well, I don't know.
Well, I'm going to go for the Moon again, but I'll go for the Moon. But
I agree with my learned colleague.
A bandwagon jumper.
All right, I'm jumping on the moon too.
Careful.
Oh, boy, slowly.
The answer is the moon.
Oh!
So, this is an easy one. I think even I know this one. Well, I guess I could be wrong. Sol is the name given to which body in the solar system? The sun, the moon, Venus, or Earth?
I know it's a beer.
Well, it damn well better be the sun.
I agree.
Yes.
The answer is the sun.
Hence the word solar, as in solar panels.
That's basically the one they sneaked in for the likes of me, isn't it?
So
you got to have one so you feel good about yourself.
The next one is Styx. Styx is a moon of which body? Pluto, Saturn, Ceres, or Jupiter?
Did you say sassy?
Styx,
it's spelled Ceres.
Right.
Say that again?
Not the Sears catalogue. No.
Andrew, why don't you answer this first?
I see a technique coming in here. Cunning plan.
Styx is the river Styx in mythology.
In the underworld.
It's the underworld.
It's the underworld.
So
a moon.
If it's the underworld, I'm going to guess. What are the options again?
Pluto, Saturn, Ceres, or Jupiter?
If I'd go with Ceres.
I'm going to guess.
I would say Ceres, because isn't that the dog?
Well, Ceres is an asteroid.
A body.
Damn it.
So I'm going to say Pluto, but
no, it can't be.
I don't know. Make your own choice on that.
Pluto's too small to have an orbiting body.
Ceres is smaller than Pluto, though. Let's see what the answer is. I'm going to learn.
The answer is Pluto.
What?
Oh
no! It can't be.
Okay, Pluto.
Hey. Sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid forms the basis of which planet? Venus, Mars, Jupiter, or Mercury?
Oh, that's a good one.
Is it Mercury?
Yeah, no.
Because Mercury's very close to the sun.
No, I go for one of the big gas giants. Not Mercury. List them again, Paul.
Sulfuric acid forms the basis of which planet? Venus, Mars, Jupiter, or Mercury?
Ooh, Jupiter.
I'm going to say Venus, because probes sent to Venus, when they land, they're crushed by the atmospheric pressure, they're boiled by the temperature, and they're attacked by the sulfuric acid.
My God.
Which is why none of them last very long.
Basically, they have a really bad day.
Yes.
Well, the answer is indeed Venus.
Oh, my God. That's a nasty planet.
Yeah, you don't want to land on Venus. Yeah.
So how do you learn the Hokkaido?
Quickly, very, very quickly.
You sort of go outside at night.
Very quickly. So we'll have three more of these, and then we might change theme.
Well, can I tell you the Venus dinosaurs story that Carl Sagan used to tell? That when you look at Venus, all you can see is its clouds. So astronomers used to go, well, all I can see is clouds. So what are clouds made up of? Water vapour. So if there's water vapour, it must rain a lot on Venus. And if it rains a lot on Venus, there must be swamps. So if there's swamps, there must be dinosaurs there. So the observation was you couldn't see anything on Venus, so the conclusion was there must be dinosaurs. and that's the way people's minds used to sort of run away with themselves.
That sounds like one of our Call My Bluff anecdotes.
Yeah. No, there are no dinosaurs on Venus.
We're always out, know a bit of fuzzy logic.
Question 8. Tectonic plates are a major feature of which planet? Venus, Mercury, Mars, or Earth?
Well, they're on my goddamn, and they're in my goddamn cupboard.
I was going to say, at least one of us should know this.
They're in your garden.
Well, I know damn well Earth has tectonic plates, so let's go with that.
Yeah, what was it El Murray said? It's not San Andreas' fault, it's your fault for building there. You know.
Yes. The answer is indeed Earth.
Yes.
The next two questions are about moons. Question 9. Telesto is a moon of which planet? Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, or Uranus?
Oh, good Lord. Andrew!
Again, it's one of those new ones.
It's always no Saturn. No, one of them.
Oh, I'm going to say Neptune, but it's a wild stab in the dark, which is what I'll probably be getting. I don't know. But I'll say Neptune.
You don't know?
No, it's one of those new ones.
Damn it.
they don't write to tell me.
Right.
The answer is...
They're going up all over the solar system.
I was going to say Saturn. No, really.
Say Saturn.
Saturn.
Well, Eddie,
you're right.
This last moon looks Welsh to me, but I'm not sure.
Called the moon.
It's Tethys. T-E-T.
Tethys.
What? Okay. It's the moon of which planet? Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, or Jupiter?
Oh, God. Now, this one I do know, and I can't bloody remember.
Tethys is in... I'm sure Tethys is mentioned in 2001. So I would say Jupiter. But I'm probably completely wrong.
No, I'm going with Jupiter. I got you, Martin. Jupiter.
I'm going to say Saturn, just to be annoying.
Just to be right.
No.
Well, the answer is indeed Saturn, which means...
Oh, sorry.
Telesto and Tethys.
Oh, why couldn't it have been Jupiter? Oh,
sorry.
Well, maybe it'll move.
I think I might have flown past it in my spaceship, you see, and I was trying to remember what order you get to them in.
Well, they're all just human constructs. I mean, really, I don't know what that moon calls itself.
No, that's the thing. Nobody ever asked the moon, do they? Susan.
Yes, I want to be a Susan. It sits there orbiting. And I want to be a lazy Susan.
Amy the moon.
Are you turning the page?
I was looking for another subject.
Not the history of ballet again.
Good heavens. No, please. No, not that.
You know, Disney. Do you want Disney?
Oh, Disney's all right.
Well, okay.
You're not keen?
No, I know a thing or two about Disney. We'll see.
It depends what period.
Yeah, true.
Earlier stuff. What's that, Warren?
Let it go.
Let it go.
I'm going to... Oops. Nope, no, I've lost it altogether.
You lost Disney. Where is it?
It's behind a paywall. It's Disney. Come on.
I've deleted all of Disney.
What a shame. Never mind. Moving on.
Oops. Now what have I done?
The answer is Florida.
And which safe is his head in?
Isn't he? He's frozen, isn't he? Or no? I don't know.
Or is he just in the chilled aisle?
No, I think he just sings the songs in Frozen.
Okay, question 1. The Return to Jaffa was a follow-up of which Disney movie? Pocahontas, Mulan, Hunchback of Notre Dame, or Aladdin?
Aladdin.
Custard Cream.
I heard a cat.
That was Dealey.
What did you think?
Dealey's joining in.
Were you agreeing? The answer was Aladdin.
Yes.
Just like Dealey told you the answers. The rivalry between Vector and Gru is the plot of which animated movie? Despicable Me, Wall-E, A Bug's Life, or Cars?
Pinocchio. No, I don't.
Despicable Me.
Have you seen it?
Sort of.
Sort of. What,
A bit, yeah.
You squinted. What?
I've seen some of it.
You've seen some of it.
But I know Gru is in it.
Okay.
There's a little doctor with the minions.
It is the right answer. It's the right answer. The villainous Cruella de Vil features in which Disney movie? Mulan, 101 Dalmatians, The Little Mermaid, or Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
I know this.
101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even Dealey knew this one, didn't you?
I had a Disney album with songs from.
All right.
Is there songs in 101 Dalmatians?
It's about a Dalmatian plantation or something.
Okay.
Or something like that.
So, is it Siamese cats? Is that?
No, that's the Aristocats.
Oh, is that the Aristocats? All right.
Oh,
Yeah, Siamese cat.
Thomas O'Malley is a character in which Disney film? Lady and the Tramp, Fern Gully, The Aristocats, or Toy Story?
Oh,
that's
the
Aristocats.
Aristocats. Yeah.
Thomas O'Malley, O'Malley the alley cat. That's right, and I'm very proud of that.
Oh, I'm going with Martin. He sounds like he knows it.
He sounds like he can sing it.
That's the right answer.
Well, it sounds something approaching singing. Yeah.
Is the right answer.
I had the 7-inch single of that when I was a young buck.
Oh.
Timon and Pumbaa can be found in which Disney film? Aladdin, The Lion King, Pinocchio, or Little Mermaid?
It ain't Pinocchio, I'll tell you
It's
that.
the Lion King. Because they're the little... One of them's a... It's the Lion King, I don't know.
One of them's a what? You were making
animals.
actions.
I was going to say meerkat, but I don't think it is. But it's the Lion
It's
King.
a furry thing, is
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah, the Lion King is the right answer. Question 16. Tufflet, Fishlegs, and Snoutlout are characters in which animated movie? Rango, Megamind, Despicable Me, or How to Train Your Dragon?
Good Lord,
I think it's How to Train Your Dragon. I think they're like sort of Viking-y kind of people.
Okay.
I
Got David Tennant in it.
You like How to Train Your Dragon?
Well, I like dragons, so...
Yeah.
Also, I think the use of the word snout towards dragons. And anyway, yes, that is the right answer. Okay.
Boy.
Question 7. Walt Disney passed away during the production of which film? The Jungle Book, The Sword in the Stone, Fantasia, or The Little Mermaid?
Oh, good heavens. Must have been Sword in the Stone. It must have been.
Yeah, it's not as late as The Little Mermaid, because it's the sort of 650s.
That's way too late.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd go with Sword in the Stone.
Yeah. I mean, he lived way past Pinocchio.
It's actually The Jungle Book.
God damn it!
I remember now, because they kick his head around, don't they, in the background of a couple of the shots? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Sword in the Stone was...
They fed him to that panther.
Poor Walt Disney. What animals are members of the...
Never mind. Sorry. I was going to say something awful about
litigious.
Yeah, no, okay. I just will say it. He
was lovely, and all the children love him. Lovely, lovely, lovely man. Lovely, 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 Mr. Disney. Lovely.
He was not a nice man. That's all I'll say.
See, we might think he's lovely.
I don't think you're the first person to say it. What animals are members of the Rescue Aid Society in the Disney film The Rescuers? Cats, dogs, mice, or rats?
I think it's either mice or rats. I think they're mice.
Some sort of rodent.
Yeah, they're small.
I thought
St.
birds. But birds ain't one of the answers.
I'm going to say mice on the grounds that mice are traditionally nice.
Yeah, mice are cuter than rats. Rats don't.
But they wouldn't be able to rescue you if you like.
It depends who they're rescuing.
I'll go with the rodents.
It was mice.
Yes, it's mice. Warren said it was mice.
It's a French mouse, isn't it?
Kiss Jules. Oh.
No.
Bob Newhart.
Mice, Jules. You like mice, don't you? No, not in that way.
He likes eating mice.
What anniversary did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs celebrate in 2007? 30th, 50th, 70th, or 90th?
70th.
Ooh, I think that might be too high.
2017.
Because that would make it 1937, wouldn't it? So.
Well, that could be actually.
So.
I'd stick with it because it's the.
All right. Yeah,
I'm fairly sure I've seen DVD with 70th anniversary.
Oh, right.
Special.
I'm going with Lisa.
Yeah, and Lisa
it was pre-war, wasn't it? So.
I have to say, you're storming these, Lisa. we found your subject.
Yeah.
Our last question is: what breed of dog is Lady in the Tramp? A Cocker Spaniel, a Border Collie, a Scottish Terrier, or a Poodle?
She's a moose. No.
She's a
That's just an
spaniel
opinion.
because she's got big ears.
Cocker
She's got big ears.
She's also sort of brown, isn't she? So it wouldn't be a border collie. So.
She loved spaghetti. Cocker Spaniel.
Indeed, a Cocker Spaniel. Well done.
Ooh.
I think we did pretty well.
Yeah. They probably transmitted some STDs in that scene. I'm just saying.
Right, Warren, would you like to come again?
Have you been watching those alternative
Because I need to.
Disney porn?
Warren's going to tag Lisa because Lisa needs to
I need to pay a visit.
excuse herself.
Oh, I've got to hold your equipment.
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry,
cool.
I've got to get my hands on Lisa's equipment.
Somebody's got to hold it.
Come and sit here, Warren.
Okay,
Don't
I'm going to
touch
say
me.
He's a tramp.
Don't touch me once, touch me twice.
I'm going to say something that will shock you all. Probably.
Again?
All right. I have not seen a single new Disney cartoon ever. Not the Mermaid, not the Aladdin. I've never seen, not Toys. I don't even know. I've never seen any of them. And it's not because I don't like them or I'm avoiding them. I've just never gone to the trouble of seeing them. I've never seen any of them.
Well, it's to do with having to sort of kidnap a small child to get in the cinema, isn't it? It's
I don't know.
It's not really looked on. It's frowned upon a bit.
Yeah, I've just never. Ever since Disney sort of came back with their cartoons, was Mermaid the first? I don't know, but I've never seen any of them.
I've only seen the traditional Disney. I think the last thing I saw was Bears, Knobs and Broomsticks. I've never seen anything. I've never seen anything modern. Yeah, I've never seen any modern ones either.
Aren't we all old?
Aren't we all old? And it's not like the old days, you know.
So I've definitely seen the Despicable Me's, but I didn't realise they were Disney films. Because I wouldn't have done on principle.
Like Monsters Inc. isn't quite Disney.
Is that a printing company?
Yeah, it's the
large poster company.
Back in the mid-90s, Callum lent me. He had a lot of them up until that point, so I may have seen those, but not really past about 95, probably. So, no, dears, no. I've not seen that
Steamboat
either.
Willie's about the last thing I saw.
Steamboat Willie. That's one of those new ones.
Recently, I went on wherever. I guess it was Disney Plus, and I watched Pinocchio and I watched Bambi. And man, I got to tell you, there's nothing in animation that has surpassed that level. I'm sorry, nothing to this day. Nothing.
I've been watching. It's not Disney, but it's animation. I've been watching some old Pink Panther cartoons. I guess they're from the 60s, maybe.
No, I think 70s. Pink Panther cartoons are 70s.
Do you know a story about the Pink Panther car at the end of the cartoons? Do you know we had the Pink Panther show? And that child used to get in the car and the doors used to open. And the Pink Panther and Inspector Clouseau used to come out of the theatre. Do you remember that bit at the end?
I do.
Yeah?
I do. This isn't... Yeah, go on.
And the doors close and the car drives off. Well, they have to remove the child and put a stuntman in the car because the car's still unstable. Because every time it went, so when they filmed it went round the corner at the end, it turned over because the vehicle was so unstable. There you go. I'll get me coat.
I've just found a list of Pink Panther cartoons.
It
does say they do go back to the...
Was that DePatty Frelling or something? Was that who made those?
Frizz Freeling.
Fridge Freezer.
These ones go back to the late 1964.
I do love the animation sequences for the actual films. They are glorious. I think. The Return of the Pink Panther and Pink Panther Strikes Again. I think those sequences are just glorious pieces of work, to be honest.
We like the return of the Pink Panther, don't we, Andrew?
One that I watched, which won the Academy Award for short subject cartoon, was where he's painting the house, and they're both painting. And then there's a house painter painting it, and they're painting different colours, and as much as they battle to win out. You can imagine.
I liked them because there were no words. It was all, I don't know.
Truly international, wasn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a set of about. Gosh, I think there's quite a lot on this set. But I decided to ask for it as part of my birthday present from my friend. So, they looks like they were doing quite a few in the 60s before. I think this is. I think the ones I know are probably the ones with the car that Warren was mentioning. But,
do you remember the song at the end?
Yeah.
The Rink Pink Panther. Dink Rink Panther. The perfect panther that's pink.
He really is a groovy cat. He's a gentleman, a scholar, and an acrobat.
Yes.
Oh my God, I don't remember that.
I think that's the all-new Pink Panther show.
Yeah.
Around 78.
Have you ever heard of a panther that is pink? Pink. A panther that is pink.
Positively pink.
The Rink Pink Panther. Gosh, I had a wave of nostalgia there.
Oh, there you go.
The final original Pink Panther short was released in February 1980.
Wow.
Considering how many cartoons have sort of come back, or so they never seem to totally go. That's quite surprising. I mean,
I was just going to ask everybody if I think this was part of the Pink Panther show, but it was the Aardvark and the Ant. Wasn't that part of Pink Panther?
Yeah. There were a couple of sort of animal ones. Wasn't there?
Definitely.
Wasn't it Crazy Legs Crane as well?
Yes.
The ant always was trying to get or protect his meatball.
That's perfectly understandable.
That's true of most of us, I think.
Yes, I think it is. Yeah.
Hey, I got to
this
get
weather.
that crazy meatball.
Well, I think we have run out of time for this episode. So,
no.
I may give you a few. I may give you a few facts about.
Oh, can I just do my 12 Days of Christmas that I mentioned in Dorset? Because Martin recently got us to do a 12 Days of Christmas for podcasts. But apparently Dorset had its own variant, which was 12 fiddlers a fiddling.
There's an offence there somewhere.
11 dancers a dancing. 10 men a mowing. 9 bulls a roaring. 8 hares a running.
What they do for fun.
7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 gold rings, 4 coloured birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and the sprig of a juniper tree. So there you are. Because we didn't have partridges or pear trees around this way.
Brackets trad.
Yes,
just you're down with the kids, aren't you?
As long as we don't do the drummer boy. Jesus.
No, we don't do that anymore.
Would any of you like to mention your podcast whilst we're here?
Warren, mention your podcast.
No, you go first.
All right.
No, I think I can. Shy Life.
We know about that one.
Never heard of it.
We're in that one.
I mean, that's where we start, isn't it?
Space soldiers.
Soldiers come.
Oh, so close to the end now.
The bitter end.
But are you ending? Are you carrying on?
Or is it going to be a Flash Gordon cliffhanger?
God knows, really.
God knows. Good answer.
Depends if the medical treatment works.
Well, no, we may transmogrify. We may transmogrify into something.
There are a lot of serials. I don't know
Yes,
if you want,
precisely. That's what I mean.
yeah, if you want to go and keep on with the serials, which
There's
I love.
Rocket Man,
I mean,
isn't
there's
there?
a ton of serials.
It's just
The Green Hornet.
Green
There was.
Hornet. Yeah.
1950s serial.
It's funny. I accidentally I was sort of going through some various obscure channels that were on this stick we have, and I found an episode of Dick Tracy.
Oh yeah.
And that turned out to be a serial. So I thought, oh, that's fun. But I don't think all the episodes were there, which is even more weird. But there we go.
What about Vision on Sound?
Oh, that's plodding along nicely. When's this one going out? I've been editing furiously so I can have Christmas off, really, which means I've been doing all my festive stuff in November. So,
Oh my goodness!
So
You're ahead of the game, Martin.
well, yeah, it's because I get shouted at, if I spend half Christmas editing. But no, it's where are we? Tomorrow is Steve Hatcher's back talking about Bob Baker. And then the week after that is Warren. Warren and I do our very level best to make sense of Jerry Anderson's UFO. So that's coming up soon. And then the week after that is Paul. Paul and I talk about comfort television. So that's the next 3 weeks. They'll probably all have been out by the time this comes out, but that's where we're going with that.
We were wearing purple wigs when we recorded the UFO thing, weren't we?
And silver miniskirts and my.
Oh yes,
God,
we were
fabulous.
My God, we had the legs for it. I tell you.
Well, we're hoping to get back on the on the production line soon. So we're aiming to get episode 68 for December. It won't be terribly Christmassy, since it was planned for about June, I think. There will be at least one thing on there
Christmas
that
in
was
July.
actually shown in December, but that will become obvious. But yeah, we're hoping to get that one out finally. It's been a while, but yeah, fingers crossed. Anyway,
And what's going on in Pickle Hollow?
Well, if you want to hear some funny, weird stories from Pickle Hollow, you can tune into The Smellcast, and you can find it at thesmellcast.com.
And Warren, are you
Tell us about your sausage, Warren.
Oh, this is the thing, you see.
are you having a name change?
I could have a name change. Yeah, a raspberry movie in a foot-long door.
It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't
It's
it?
a bit of a mouthful, matron.
Hey.
Hey. So Martin suggested the sausage, which I also think is a bit of a mouthful, but that's a different conversation point.
97% meat.
This month's edition is Peter Cushing's last outing as Sherlock Holmes in The Masks of Death, and for the Christmas one, I'm picking one black and white Christmas film which I haven't picked yet, and possibly The Amazing Mr. Blundell.
Which I heard they're remaking.
Yes, that's another reason for doing that one as well. Get the good copy out first.
Yeah, you ever seen those adverts for that scent that Johnny Depp has with sausage written on him?
Oh, yes. Yes. Has he got sausage written on him?
Well, he has in some versions.
Well,
I could tell you a Johnny Depp story, but I'm not going to.
Well, I think that's everybody. So I'll say thank you very much to Andrew, Lisa, Warren, Martha.
Thank you, Lisa.
and
Say thank
Danny.
you. Thank you.
And yes, we'll be back for more Chatterboxes probably in 2022 if not before.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Great being with y'all. Bye-bye.
Thank you. full moon closest to the fall equinox is known as a harvest moon. Before the invention of artificial illumination, the moonlight was critical to a farmer's crop success.
I think that's an old wives' tale, but okay. No.
How many old wives do you know? Autumn is known as aurora season by NASA because geomagnetic storms occur roughly twice as frequently as they do in the rest of the year.
Do you? By the way, do you get the? You guys get to see aurora borealis ever? I mean, does it ever come?
It's very rare in the south of England.
We just get to see Joanna Lumley seeing it.
Yeah, Martin has a better chance of seeing it than certainly us. Though
not up here, I don't.
I would guess you don't see it really very much. Scotland is the place for the aurora.
We're in Derbyshire. We get clouds.
Yeah.
In the northeast here, we really never. No, it's. I've never seen it here on the East Coast, North America.
It's one of those things I'd like to see, but I always seem to sort of. It's like Halley's Comet. It wasn't a very good return in 1986.
No, it wasn't. I remember that. It was a complete letdown.
Yeah, and the total solar eclipse in 1999 that went over southern England, it was cloudy all day.
Damn.
So yeah, there's I'm waiting for a really good supernova, and we're about 500 years overdue to have one.
No, we don't want one of those.
No, we're not close.
You see, what you need to be to see this stuff properly is to be a billionaire, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you go to space for 2 hours?
Launch your space cock.
Yes. Yeah.
Can I tell you how against this new thing of millionaires going up into space and causing all that pollution?
Yeah.
Just because they can?
Really
Come
on
on.
a grand scale. Yeah.
There's got to be another reason to go into space, not just because you can.
Yeah.
And do all that pollution. Stop it. I hate it. Okay, never mind. Bye.
Toppy, I was going to ask you what you were up to for Thanksgiving. Any plans?
Zero plans. My sister-in-law is taking care of everything. And it's going to be a very quiet because of COVID still. I'm not going to be attending because where I work, I can get COVID any day, any hour. And, I don't want to expose anyone. So it's just going to be very quiet. My sister-in-law is going to handle it, and I'm doing nothing. So, and actually, to be honest, I'm all for it. I'm all for.
You're very thankful.
Yeah, I am. I swear to Jeebus, I'm very thankful for. I don't got to do nothing this Thanksgiving, and I have 5 days in a row off, kids. 5 days in a row. Oh my God, I'm going to enjoy that.
Probably find that you do more fictional things for Christmas and Thanksgiving than you do in real life. Certainly, that I do.
Possibly, maybe.
Well, listeners, that's all we've got time for. So I hope you enjoyed our Chatterbox edition for the autumn. I'm not sure if we'll fit another one in this year, but we'll certainly keep doing them on and off in 2022. And I'd just like to thank all my guests for showing up. And I hope you enjoyed the clips and the quizzes and the silliness. And I hope you'll be back with us soon. We've got plenty of episodes in the can. Plenty of episodes to come before the end of the year as well. Yes, believe it or not. So yes, right, well, thanks again to you, thanks again to my guests, and I'll be saying goodbye for now. Alright, bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Don't go away, listeners. We've got some additional material coming up for you in just a minute! Exclamation.
I gotta go now. Bye. Gotta go. Bye.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network. Find more shows over at pride48.com.
Oh dear, what's going on now?
Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Let's go.
I have a voice. I have a voice.
You have a voice.
You have a voice. We have a voice.
We have a voice.
Unique voices in podcasting.
UnivazPods.net.
And I'll be putting up the vent as well. Yes, to lots of money. Yes, up to £50 a week. Yes.
Hello. Did you just? Yes. The new landlord charging lots of money. I mean, nowhere near as nice as Jim, who used to own the house. Yes. Of course, when we had that trouble with the house nearly blowing up and everything, or whatever, there was a change of hands, and yes, hardly ever see him. I think his name is Mr. Scrooge. I think. No, that's just a joke. I think it's something else, but he's not very nice. Anyway, so the vent's gone out.
Well, nice to see you back, Cleo. Anyway, yeah. Good to be back.
Anyway, yes. What's the thing of it? Latest news. Got a phone call from George. He's coming over probably tomorrow, because it's Tuesday now. Tuesday the 2nd of January. And yes, George. I don't know what news he's got, but he's going to be turning up tomorrow, Wednesday. And Cleo's back, and apparently little Jay and Colin are staying in the park. Apparently their little program they've worked out to try and sort of cold turkey their transformations. Apparently it's doing quite well. So should probably pop into Sutton Park at the weekend, pop and see Celia, the shark, and her husband, and Black and Whitey, and catch up with Colin and little Jay. And that's good news. Anyway, I think that's about all my news for today. Welcome back. Sorry, George. He's playing sad songs. George. Oh, don't worry about me. I'll get over it. It's just a bit of a shock. What do you mean it's a bit of a shock? He's a bit upset about Elaine's engagement, but he'll get over it. Yes. As he's not feeling too well, I should tell you what he told me. George he went to see the League of Santas, and Mr. Tremaine went with him, and turn it down. Okay. And yes, so he went to see Mr. Tremaine, and yes, no, he didn't. What did he do? I don't know. He's got me all confused now. And George, please, thank you. Leave it like that. Yes. Apparently, there is nothing left of the League of Santas. The actual place where the League of Santas meet. There's nothing there. It's just been abandoned. So we don't really know what's going on, and nor does George. Mr. Tremaine's gone back to Lanzarote. I don't think he feels a bit out of it. I think he feels a bit out of it now that Comety's married, which I can understand. George is coming back here. Yes, it's all a bit hectic, really.
Hi, Big Fatty, it's me, Paul the Shy Yeti. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right.
Good.
Want another walk?
A walk? Another walk?
Actually, it's only a couple of days on.
Yes.
From when I last messaged you.
Yes, from
Sorry,
the park.
I'm sitting on a concrete bollard.
A concrete bollard?
It's getting a bit painful, actually.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not actually a bollard.
Oh.
Bollards are tall and thin, and
yes,
this is more like something you'd find up a mountain to stop you plunging off into the abyss.
Oh, but, yes, plunging off into the abyss.
Yeah, I'm on my walk,
uh-huh.
And it's time for a little rest.
Oh, a little rest, yes.
I do feel a little bit like Humpty Dumpty sitting on the wall.
Don't have a
with my legs dangling over the edge.
Oh.
If I fall off,
I will show my crack. I mean, I will crack. No, I will anyway. I won't do any of those things.
All the Queen's men.
It's a nice day to walk. It's overcast.
Lovely here,
There's no breeze, so it's been perfect for photos and recording.
Oh, yes, lovely. Yes.
I'm actually not far from my house.
Oh, good.
But the trouble is, the difference between the walk I did the other day, which was very nice, but was in a big park, and I could just kind of wander where I wanted and go home when I wanted.
You wander.
The reason, with my energy sort of depletion in the last few months, the reason I was a bit worried about doing this walk is that once you start it, there's no way of bailing out and
gotta finish.
Sort of pressing eject. If I started it, I have to continue it.
Okay.
And I'm not quite halfway there.
Okay.
But I have provisions. I have a salami and cheese sandwich.
Oh, you packed a lunch.
And tomato, and some crisps, and a drink. And,
yes, a drink.
Yeah, so I'm all equipped.
Is it a pub drink?
And I'm just stopping when I need to.
You could have gotten a plowman's.
Nice to get out and about.
A plowman's lunch.
It's not as cold as it was when I was out in Richmond Park the other day.
It's chilly here in Fat Acres.
Anyway, I don't really have any other news.
Okay.
But if you don't hear from me, it's because
you died.
I've run out of energy. Like a like one of those battery-operated bunnies.
Yes, the Energizers.
No, not one of those.
Yes.
Not a bunny. Oh, anyway. Like a clockwork robot.
Oh, yes.
Or something. I've run out of batteries.
Yes.
And I'm standing under a tree somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
Robot big
So send
fatty.
out an emergency
SOS
flare or something.
Help!
Help! To get me rescued.
Yes.
Hopefully it won't come to that.
Help!
But, anyway, Big Fatty, I'll send you another message soon.
All right.
And I'm going back to my parents.
Oh, yes.
Quite soon, so
okay.
I may send you a message from.
What the hell is that?
From there or from somewhere else.
Oh.
Anyway, more
building
soon.
something?
Bye for now.
Bye.
Take care. Bye, Poodle. Bye, Squeaky Kitty. Bye-bye.
My dear, guess y'all that, of course, is Paul the Shy Yeti. And Shy Yeti, thank you so much for the call. Always lovely to hear from you. And I hope you are able to make it off of your bollard and back to your cottage or your flat. And Big Fatty, does he live at the flat 29 too? No, I don't think so. Although, he does like the music, so you never know. You never know what kind of music the Shy Yeti is going to be playing. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed your sandwich, and looking forward to hearing about your next nipple walk. I'm sure you've got grandma plans coming up soon, so call and let us know about those. Yes, be ready.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good luck, studio. He's pinging.
488.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? I'll stop recording.
Yep.